Hello guys, this is Svetlana from Cosplay and welcome to the 5th video of my Final Fantasy Summoner video series. Today I will talk about the dress and the coat you see in the background. You've probably noticed how long I'm working already on this project and I cannot wait to finish it finally. Actually, in the same time I worked on my summoner, my dog Zelda grew from this little puppy here to this gigantic corgi. Wow! Just kidding, I have 2 corgis now. Wow! And before I forget, my dogs are hungry and need food. They literally eat all my money. So if you want to support us, check out my books on cosplay.com and get them all and learn how to make amazing costumes and props. Thanks a lot for your support. And now let's get down to business. To get a good reference for my costume, I just looked at my own character from Final Fantasy XIV. For the white dress, I used this pattern I found from Burda. First, I traced it on thick white cotton and then I attached some red applications with an iron-on glue. Afterwards, I just zigzagged all around. This is how the dress looked in a super rough stage. To test the fit and the shape, I simply pinned the fabric pieces together and finished the seams with my serger. So far so good, but something seems missing. Let's just iron the pleats and so much better. Now I just had to replace the top of my dress. I used some tape and made a pattern directly on my mannequin. Then I transferred it to a lovely fake leather. All pieces were sewn together and finally attached to the dress. Looks good! Now let's start with the coat. For this, I combined 2 patterns from Butterick and Simplicity. After a few changes, these were my basic patterns. My fabric was a shiny green taffeta and some soft lining material with an iron-on glue. I transferred the patterns to both of my materials and then connected them with some heat. Next, I sewed all the individual pieces together. Here you can see the rough parts. And of course, Zelda, go get that piggy! Now for the golden details. I used in-game screenshots and a grid as my reference and drew them on paper in life size. After that, I transferred them on golden fabric, which I prepared with an iron-on glue. All I had to do now was to cut out all the pieces and to iron them onto the coat. Finally, I was able to sew all of it together. As a little detail, Benny punched some eyelets and I pulled pretty ribbons through them. I decorated the sleeves with crossed lines and added further golden ornaments on top. Now I just had to connect both parts with my sewing machine, turn the sleeve around and prepare a pretty red lining. This was actually the very first time I used lining, so this part took quite a while. Luckily, hand stitching is super relaxing. Next, I attached the sleeves to the coat. First by using pins, then with my sewing machine. To bring the coat into its gravity-defying shape, I placed a twisted aluminum wire at the bottom. After turning the fabric around, I also started to attach the rest of the lining. I had to buy a ton of new pins for this project. Additionally to the aluminum wires, I also sewed in 200 grams of weights on each corner of the coat. And finally, I placed the last stitch for the lining. The very last step was just adding some highlights and shadows on the golden ornaments. Benny did this with a brown and pink Copic marker and some golden fabric paint. Just look at the difference, I love it! Well, and that's all for the coat and the dress. So what do you think? I really hate sewing, but I have the feeling that I slowly get better, hopefully. Let me know in the comments if you also want to get a corgi or 2 or 3 or 4 or still have any questions. There is actually one last video left until the summoner is finally done, and I really cannot wait to wear it the very first time. So thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on this button, and you will be notified when I upload a new corgi video. Yes. Bye bye, see you soon.